Hi guys, welcome back to Charmaine's Kitchen. Today while we were out running some errands and doing some shopping, we were caught with the storm in the mall. All the lights came off. The wind was blowing very heavy outside. It was raining, pellet was falling. Everybody was scared because we were stuck in the mall without no lights, and this is what was happening outside. It was wet, things was flying by from every corner, and people didn't know what to do at the moment. As soon as the rain stopped a little, everyone was just running towards their car and trying to get out of the parking lot so they can safely find their way home. The traffic was a little bit crazy, but we managed to get home safe, and thank God for that, because I heard there were very big damages in some areas. It was a slow drive home and a little bit of a scary one because I never experienced something like this before, but we are all good. Look what happened to the backyard. All the soil from the flower pots just flew out. Some of the plants, like the soil here, I can't believe this chair like fell right off. Everything is in a mess. Never experienced this before. Everything just flew everywhere. Look at this. We took out the plants to plant them tonight, but we won't be able to plant them. But look, everything just flew away. The backyard is in a mess. So now, regardless of the storm, I still have to prepare lunch. So let's head on inside and make some delicious bacon chicken sandwich. I have all my ingredients here laid out for the bake. And bake is a well-known thing in the Caribbean and South America, especially in Guyana. We sometimes use bake for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or any time of the day. So I have my flour here, all-purpose flour. I have some baking powder, some butter. You can also substitute the butter for margarine, oil, or some ghee. I have some brown sugar. And the brown sugar adds a little bit of sweetness and crunch to the bake. I have some green seasoning, and mine is made up of garlic, green onion, thyme, and some marjoram pepper. I have a pinch of salt, some dried flour to knead the dough, and of course some room temperature water. I'm going to show you how I knead my dough for the bake, and then we'll leave it to set for a little. Now we're going to start adding flavor to the flour. I'm going to go in first with my butter, and we want to work the butter into the flour. I'm going to add the sugar with the butter so it can help break down the butter easily. And you want to use room temperature butter for this. So now that I well incorporate the butter and the sugar into the flour, I'm gonna start adding the rest of the ingredients. A pinch of salt, my baking powder, mix that in, and I'm gonna add some green seasoning. I will leave all the measurement of the ingredients I'm using today in the description box below, and we're gonna go in with some water. And we want to use room temperature water, not cold or not hot. And then we're going to make a nice firm dough. And my children really enjoy bake when I make it. They can eat bake on its own without anything as soon as I finish frying them. So my dough is done, nice and soft, and that's what you're looking for, and still firm, not sticky. If you end up with a sticky dough, just add a little bit more of flour and work it in until your dough is nice and firm. If your dough end up being too tough, just add a sprinkle of water and keep kneading it in. So I'm just gonna separate these into some small parts, and I'm gonna leave this dough to sit until I'm ready to prepare the lunch. I'm gonna do some individual bake, and I'm gonna do some cut bake. I like to always make both shapes, so that's what I'm gonna do today. So I'm just gonna nicely roll these off, and my dough is super soft, and we will come back to these later. You can see the seasoning in the bake, which will make a delicious bake today. So I already rolled them off. I'm gonna leave them until I'm ready to prepare the lunch so I can serve them up nice and hot. To go with our bake today, I have 2 large chicken breasts. I added some salt and black pepper and water in the pan. I'm gonna steam the 2 chicken breasts out, and I'll show you how I'm preparing a delicious chicken sandwich. So for this chicken sandwich, we will need some grated carrot for a little bit of sweetness. So I boiled the chicken with the salt and black pepper until all the water that I added is evaporated. There's a little bit more here that I'm gonna wait until it's done. The chicken is smelling so nice. So once the water is completely gone, I'm gonna move on to the next step. So next, I'm gonna be cutting up some celery sticks, finely chopped, to add some crunch and a little bit of flavor to the chicken sandwich. So just about this big will give a nice crunch in every bite of the sandwich. So we're gonna continue to cut the celery. So now that the chicken is nice and cold and fully boiled, I'm gonna strip the chicken. See how perfectly well it's cooked? I'm gonna strip it into small pieces, and it smells so good. I feel like eating a big piece of this. So I just finished stripping up the chicken, and I have a few ingredients here we're gonna add to the chicken to give it a beautiful flavor. So I'm gonna head on to the stove, and I just wanna saute the fresh vegetable a little before we add it to the sandwich. So in the pan, I have here about a tablespoon of oil. I'm gonna add our chicken. We wanna make sure that the chicken is perfectly cooked. It is already cooked, but we wanna add some flavor now before we put our sandwich together. Just quickly, we're gonna pass it here on the heat and just add some flavors. We're gonna go in with the hardest thing here right now, and that is our peppers. They will add crunch and sweetness to the sandwich. We're gonna mix this up a little, and I'm gonna go in with my green seasoning. We're trying to cook the ingredients and the veggies to get out a little of the rawness and for all the flavors to incorporate well into the chicken. I already cooked the chicken with salt and black pepper, so no need for adding more salt. I just went in with my paprika. We're gonna give it a little mix, and it is looking really nice and smelling so good in the kitchen so far. I really like the chicken sandwich because you can add any veggies and any seasoning of your choice. I just went in with my all-purpose seasoning. You can substitute the all-purpose seasoning for some chicken seasoning, whichever one you have handy at the moment. The kitchen is smelling so nice. I just added my red onions and we're gonna just toss it around a little so we can still have the crunch in every bite of our sandwich. Now I'm gonna add my cilantro. We're gonna go in with the celery. We're gonna add our grated carrots. And we're gonna mix everything together. And this is ready now for our sandwich. But before we put the sandwich together, we're gonna let our chicken and veggies sit until it's nice and cold. So now I'm rolling off the bake, the seasoned bake, and I'm gonna be frying them up. And then we'll put our baked chicken sandwich together. The bakes are frying up nicely. I'm gonna flip this one. So now that the chicken is cold, I added my mayo, and you can add as much mayo as you want, but I just add about a 1/4 cup because that's enough for us just to give that little mayo flavor. You can also go in with some avocado instead of the mayo. I don't have any ripe avocado at the moment, so I'm just gonna serve mine up as it is. So let me show you how I'm putting this together and how nice it's gonna be for our lunch today. We're gonna serve our bake and chicken sandwich up with some tomatoes, cucumber, lettuce. Everything is ready. And I have bake for everyone here. I made some round bake and I made some small bake. The kids like this triangle and square shape, and these bake are so nice and soft. Let's plate up. So what I like to do is cut the bake. Let's do it this way. Bake like that. We're gonna add some of the filling. This beautiful flavored chicken. And we're gonna pack it up nicely here. I'm gonna add tomatoes, cucumber, and some lettuce. And then here is let me see, Natalie. And there we have a baked chicken sandwich. So now I'm gonna show you how I'm preparing one of the round ones. And this, anybody in the house can prepare their own one. It's a fun thing to do with the kids. They get to put their bake and chicken sandwich together and pick whatever they want. So I'm gonna add my lettuce, cucumber, and a nice slice of tomato. And this is one very delicious lunch right here. Look at that. So lunch is ready with my bake and chicken sandwich. I have a cup of homemade lemonade. I'm gonna do the taste test, but before I do so, I have a birthday shout out, one that I posted earlier. Our friend Imran, who celebrated his birthday on May 19th. The pictures didn't come through properly, so I'm reposting today for Imran's birthday. Happy birthday greetings going out to Imran from your loving wife, your beautiful daughter Sahana, and your in-laws. they all love you very much. So here is our delicious chicken and bake sandwich. I'm gonna dive in because I can't wait. The kids already gave me review and said it was amazing. So cheers. Wow, amazing flavors, crunches, creaminess, and a hint of that paprika. The bake is so nice and soft. What a wonderful breakfast. So to all you guys who never had a chicken and bake sandwich like this, I hope you'll give it a try. It is full with flavor and very delicious for your entire family. So if you like this recipe, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you will press that subscribe button. Until then, thank you all for your love and support. Stay blessed, stay safe. Bye for now.